Did the products help with skin sensitivity during your recovery?
Yeah, I actually started using the product after the recovery, but it
Okay.
did but the explosion of the eczema hitting all over. Yeah, when I started using it and just instead of going to a grocery store and grabbing a product that said
Yeah.
beard balm or whatever else that was causing problems and stuff like that. Yeah, the moment I started using both the beard balm as well as the oils, that made a huge difference in my skin. No question about it. Like there was no it wasn't itchy, it wasn't dry. It also wasn't like I thought it would be where like grease all over things. It wasn't like that, at all. A friend of mine, we got back in contact with each other during this time too. On the side, he likes to cut hair, straight razor, shaving, beard trimming, beard styling, that kind of stuff. He and I ran into each other and he was like, "Hey man, you got to come to my shop. I only work a couple days a week because it's just kind of my hobby. It's not my main job." So yeah, so I walked in there and it was kind of like this whole community. It was pretty cool. I mean, it was like all kinds of crazy mustaches I've never seen before, sick beards like yours and stuff where I'm just like, yeah. But it was a really chill place and I really liked it. But then he was like showing me, he was like, all right, he's like, you need to, take the beard oil and you need to start from the bottom. You need to work that in there. And then those are the kind of things you need to do to kind of maintain it so that it's healthy. And also so you don't have, the irritations and stuff like that. So it was great. It was like learning a whole new thing, but it also wasn't weird. You know what I mean? Like as a
Yeah.
dude, sometimes it's kind of hard. I mean, I'm the only dude in the place that's not all tatted up. It wasn't like a bunch of guys like sitting around just kind of like, well, you know what you need to do to take care of yourself. And, it was just like, it's like, all right, man, this is what you need to do to like keep that thing looking good. And it was just kind of like being educated on it. It was so helpful too. It was so practical. Spent a lot less time in the morning trying to leave without worrying about what it looked like and knowing exactly what to do. So, because you kind of don't know who you're supposed to ask or help if you don't have somebody to help you out, or you just look really bad.
Yeah, I know a lot of guys have questions and they don't want to ask either. We would go to a local apple butter festival here when we first started the business for, I don't know, we did it about 10 years, but it was always, not always, but most of the times the guys would come up and they'd be looking around and you could tell they wanted to ask questions, and then their wives would start asking the questions for them.
Yep.
And then once I started talking and they were okay, then they'd start talking back and asking, but I think they're a little embarrassed to ask or whatever it is.
Yeah, you know what's cool, dude, is like it's so crazy because once I started going to get it trimmed, I don't know, every other month or something like that, it's like I started figuring out what I needed to do in the in-between times. And then my wife would say to me, you need to go in and have him trimmed. And I like it better when he does it like short on the sides, or whatever. So I was just like, oh, and then it went from being, I hate that beard and it's annoying to like, oh, I like that. It looks really nice. And so, yeah, I mean, it's like once you find somebody that you can feel okay asking, like, somebody's got a partner, they definitely have an opinion about it.
Yeah.
There's no question. They may or may not share it. They got an opinion.
Yeah, that's right.